Hey guys, let's get into the look for today's video. So first things first, I'm priming my eyes with my Too Faced concealer in the shade Maple. So because this look isn't particularly bright, I won't be using a white concealer as I usually do. I'm just using my regular concealer that I reuse on my face to highlight. To make sure everything is in place and doesn't smudge, I'm using my Airspun setting powder to set my eyes. Now, starting at the very outer edge of my eye, I'm using the lightest brown shade in my Per Cosmetics Ultimate Face Palette as just my transition shade. And then following that, I go in with the second darkest shade, which is a bit of a warmer brown, and just place that into my crease. Now for the last time, I go in with the darkest brown shade and put that just below the crease shade to build that depth and just give it a more defined look. Now I actually did this part off camera, but if you've watched my other videos, you know how I cut my creases, and I just follow along that line up until I reach the tape and then pat it down with concealer, and then that is it really. With my eyelashes on now, I go in and color correct my hyperpigmentation with a reddish orange color corrector from my Makeup Revolution palette.
Call me later, man. Hey, Hallie, how you getting home?
Because I am going for a more full coverage makeup look, I won't be blending in the color corrector, so I'm just going to let it sit on my face as I add on my foundation.
Well, son,
So I go in with my Juvia's Place foundation, and this is a really good full coverage foundation, but I do later go in and add my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight liquid, highlight liquid to my makeup, and I blend that in all together. Because I want everything really matte, I go in periodically and spray my Revolution matte setting spray to make sure everything is set and is where it should be and is soaked in. Using the same concealer, I now conceal my under eyes, but I also do go in with my Makeup Revolution concealer because it's really heavy and it's really matte, so I don't recommend that if you have particularly dry under eyes, because this will crack quite a bit. After using my setting spray, I go in and conceal my under eyes, forehead and chin. As always, I go in with a makeup sponge to soften out those harsh lines to make sure everything is soft before I go in with my setting powder. For my under eyes, I do use my Airspun translucent powder, but for the rest of my face, I will go in with my L'Oreal Fit Me powder foundation, just because I prefer having my face set with powder foundation rather than setting powder. And now to further add some definition, I go in with my e.l.f. contour palette and just contour all the places above the highlights. So it's my chin, my jaw, just to add some depth and warmth to my face, as well as going in with my Guerlain bronzer, because this has a more shiny but matte finish, which I do prefer. So you can use one or the other, but I just tend to go in with both. Using my all-time favorite blush, I go in with my semi-shimmer blush from MAC in the shade Sweet Cocoa, and I just put that just all over my cheeks, basically on top of where I've put the contour, as well as on my nose, just to add some color to that whole strip of face. Because I want this look to be a bit more dramatic, I'm using the same dark brown that I use as my final crease color to just line my waterline, because I don't really wear mascara, so this is the next best thing. And I just go and line them on both eyes, kind of touch up my crease to define it a bit more. Yeah. Lining my lips with a fan favorite, I'm using my Kiko Milano lip liner in the shade 321, and I'm just going to go over that with my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Praline. But off camera I did go and add some just plain clear gloss, like my 1 pound clear gloss, just because it makes things a bit more shiny and a bit more dramatic looking. So before I go in with my last round of setting spray, I just make sure everything is buffed out, all the lines are smooth, so like nice clear transitions between all the shades. Make sure my neck is well blended, because your neck needs to be well blended. And with my last setting spray, there you go. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend.